Hello, everybody. Shana Rosenthal here, certified consulting hypnotist. And today I am interviewing the wonderful Betty Burton. She's going to introduce herself and tell you all exactly what she does, but you're going to want to listen to this lady. Today we are talking about um, a group that I have been I've put together a few months ago to help people with their emotional wellness journey. Betty has been with me, has been a member of this group from the very beginning. And in fact, Betty and I have been working together for a number of years. Well, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to let Betty talk about her journey. And then we're going to talk about the benefits of this group. And I think you're going to find some very interesting thoughts. So over to you, Betty. Welcome. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate your time. Why don't you just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about what you do, and then I'm just going to ask you some questions.
Okay, thank you. Shauna, this is great. Thank you for inviting me to this. And Shauna and I, like Shauna said, we've known each other for quite a few years. I've actually utilized her services in a number of ways. I've worked with her as a group, in a group session, as well as has done some private sessions. Well, by profession, I was an RN nurse practitioner in a cardiology group. I left the medical field back in 2012, and I became a full-time certified health coach. I felt that the medical field was not what was not in my passion any longer, because I wasn't helping people. I was more or less trying to band-aid them and fix them, but I wasn't really helping them. And so I became a certified health coach with a group where we work with them to get their total body, mind, and finances back in order, working on those habits. And so one of the areas that I wanted to work on for myself was my healthy mind. Knowing that you have a very strong mindset helps you with not only your work ethic, but your work journey, but your healthy life. And that's kind of the center, is having a healthy mind. So I started working with Shauna on several different issues that I was working with. One of them was getting away from myself as being a nurse practitioner role and being an entrepreneur, helping people and getting myself focused on, hey, I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm doing. And so I needed that self-confidence that this is what I offer. So I utilized Shauna and with some of her techniques, and I'm telling you, it was a godsend, because it really helped me center myself. It helped me start thinking and working with my own self, my own mind. And I feel like I'm so much better at helping my own clients because of it, that I just feel like I'm offering them so much more. So it really helps me to focus on where I need to be. And especially with the COVID, I find that I'm really handling it very well, I think, because I don't get carried away with the things. I bring myself back, and I actually practice, and I listen to Shauna's at sessions that we do monthly. We can listen to them all month long, so it's great that I'm part of this special group that has been really helpful, because I not only get on the live session with her once a month, but I go back and listen to it, and I can center myself again, because I can't do it by myself. I'm not one of these people that can get myself into a meditative state by myself. I need that, I don't know, that sound, or that somebody talking to me.
Guidance, probably, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really find by listening to somebody that I can really, and your voice is just wonderful. I can listen to that. It just really helps to is very calming. And so I really found that this group has really been helpful, not only on the sessions, but also, we get, weekly things to practice and to read over. And they just really have helped me, not only help me personally, but I'm helping my clients, with their healthy mind. Because again, we're into healthy body, which that's what most people come to me for, is because they're healthy body, but they don't realize that their healthy mind is usually what's behind that. And so by getting that mind healthy, I'm able now to help them focus on those things that I never thought about sometimes before. So that really helps too. So that's kind of me in a nutshell too. But I really think, I said, this group is just, and as far as the cost, trust me, you cannot get a better session for a whole month of things for the cost of it is just very, very, very reasonable. So I just think it's it's worth it. I just don't think people know about it. And I really wish we could get this word out to lots of people. So I hope that.
Yeah, I've not done a very good job. I'm going to put my hands up. I have not done a very good job at all at getting this out. So hopefully just by us talking about it, Betty,
Mhm.
we can really express the benefits of of what being involved and being a member of this group is all about. So just to kind of highlight, um, I go in once a month, and I lead a session. Now, uh, what we found is a lot of the members do join in, don't they, live,
Mhm.
and get the benefit of a live session. And then afterwards, I hang around and wait to see if there's any questions or if there's anybody wants to bring anything up to discuss. It's hosted on Facebook, so nobody needs to actually. I'm the only one. Who is visible. Everybody else is behind the scenes, but we can communicate via the chat, right? Which we do. And it really is a wonderful experience to experience it live, but it isn't necessary, is it, Betty? It's not,
No,
you don't lose the benefits
no.
of not being there live. And I think one of the benefits, a huge benefit, is that you then can go back into the group as many times as you want, unlimited, to go and listen and experience the session over and over again. I think that that is crucial to help people, as you say, these days to really work on their emotional wellness.
Hmm.
Would you
Yeah,
agree with that?
yeah. Because again, I've talked to so many people and they're really stressing out, as they call it, and I just did it's funny, I just did National Health Institute does a nurses health study, does a questionnaire. And during COVID, they've been sending them out more frequently. And I have to tell you, mine were all positive answers because I'm thinking they're going to think, well, what's wrong with this girl? Why is she so positive? I've learned that I don't need to focus on the negative things. But I know enough people that do. And I really try to help them to try to get around that. Because again, we can't do anything about it. We just have to survive through it and live the best we can. And by giving into it with our emotions and our stressors, that's actually going to bring our own health down. And we're more likely our immune system is going to be affected by this. So we really need to boost that part of our immune system by the stress. And again, if nothing else, this you can do right in front of in your home, in front of your computer, in front of your phone, your iPad, and just get yourself recentered. And it really does help, even if you do it daily, if you have.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you, and we haven't talked about this. How often do you go back in there
I, yeah,
and
I
do it?
do about once a week because I find that it's my mental health day, and I do a centering thing. And it's funny because I have a couple of little mantras around the house that I use that I'd learned from sessions before with you. And
Right.
I just have them around the house that when I see them, I think, okay, that's my centering thing, so it relaxes me and everything too. But it's just it's just a time for me, because if we don't give time to ourselves, we have our kids, we have our husbands, we have our parents, we have a neighbor, we have all kinds of people we're helping, but especially as women, we don't take care of ourselves. But even some men, they feel that they have to provide for their families and they're not providing for themselves. So it's it doesn't even take that long. I think it's 30 minutes to a session that you sit and listen, and
Mhm.
it just gets you centered again, where you can let things go and put them away. And then it gives you a way of then, okay, when that happens or when you are stressing out, you see I see the mantra, I call it. It's basically just a pile of rocks that we use as our symbol with the habits of health. And so it brings me back to my habits of health. And I think, okay, let's get back to my healthy mind. And so that's what I think of, So I think, we have to have those things around. We have to do those things for ourselves. We're
Absolutely.
special too.
Yes, we are. We don't get enough
No.
of reminder that it's interesting you say, and I do say this to clients that I work with on an individual basis, and you being one of them. It was a few years ago, but I think that it's very, very important to recognize that the work that you do, especially with your subconscious mind, that when you're talking about these guided sessions, call them hypnosis, call them guided visualization, whatever it is, those minutes that you spend working with your subconscious mind, they don't just affect the minutes, those 20 or 30 minutes that you're doing it. It actually moves out to the 23 and a half hours rest of your day too. The benefits that you get, you really can't explain it unless you've experienced it, but it makes such a huge difference. And I'm so happy that you continued over the years to work on yourself, and it's really wonderful. And I said to you, before I pressed record, you look radiant, Betty. You must be doing something right, and this is one of the pieces of the puzzle, I think, that
Yes.
creates that for you. So what would you say, what advice would you say to anyone that might be listening, who might be thinking about, maybe I'll give this a go? What would you say to them?
I'd say, just try it once, because, you can sign up, you can, talk to Shana and sign up for one session and just listen and see if this is something can help you to do. But I would challenge you to try it for at least a month, but not just go to the one live session, but to re-listen to it, because I think that you'd be not giving yourself a chance to let your mind get to where it needs to be. Like, granted, I've done a number of sessions with Shauna so that I almost can get to the point where, not that I know where she's going with it, but I kind of know where my mind goes when I need to get it to go to. So it doesn't just happen. It's not like she's turning you into a chicken, or it's not like that, like you see on TV. It's not like that. Basically, it's training your mind to move things away that are not, and putting them somewhere else, getting rid of them and putting them somewhere else so that they're out here. And then you can focus on positive things too. And so that's what but I would challenge you to try it. It can't hurt. It's stuff that's going to be, something bad's going to happen. And if nothing else, you'd be surprised at what basically detoxifying your mind, because your mind can do awesome things to you, but it also can do bad things too. So it's getting rid of the toxic things, and just trying it. Like I said, I kind of went, the first time I went to a session, and I went to a couple of group sessions first, and I went, and I was kind of nervous, and Sean will tell you that I was kind of nervous when I went the first time, because I thought, oh, I never went to a hypnotist before, and the whole connotation of a hypnotist, and it really wasn't that at all. And I think once I sat and relaxed, and and it doesn't take much, because Shauna really has a way of getting you really your whole body and mind relaxed, that you need to do that. And we emphasize that in the habits of health. You need to basically learn how to, like, get rid of those stressors and move them away, and not let them affect your body, because they do. They affect how you eat, they affect how you sleep, they affect how your whole motion, how your body feels. So again, this is a no-brainer for me, because this is what I teach, as far as the habits of health, that this is only one portion of it, but it's probably the main one, because it's your brain. It's how you think. So it kind of
You just touched on so many different elements just there, and I liken it as an emotional detox. It really is, because we have, especially now, we tend to have pressure building, and there's no way to release it. How do we release that, right?
Yeah.
How do we let that go, unless you do actually do something to help you to, if you squish that pressure down, all the things that are, caught up emotionally, if you squish it down, you're going to ask for trouble. It's like a volcano is going to erupt at some point. So how do you safely release that pressure so it doesn't explode out of you, so it just calmly and safely, just kind of goes away for a little bit, right? And the more you do that, the benefits of releasing this pressure you know, you can't even put into words, can you? You just can't. It just feels so good. It feels so good. And the more you do that, the less the pressure will build. And I'm not saying that, you know, we can get rid of everything, because we can't. We can't control what's going on right now, but we certainly can make it easier to manage. And I think that's what this is all about. It really, you know, it's one of those things that is so helpful, so beneficial, and as you say, it's a no-brainer because the cost is so low.
Exactly.
So thank you, Betty. Unless you have anything else that you want to add, I
No,
think,
like I said, I for me, just try it. Just
yeah,
try it. There's no harm in trying. And if you're thinking about it, or just trust me, if you're a client of mine, I'm going to recommend it. So I've recommended to a number. I'm not sure because I don't keep track of if that's what they choose, you know, but I just think it's wonderful, and I can't hurt to try. And if you need help with the other part of your body, as far as getting healthy in mind, and I'll send you to Shauna for your healthy mind, but healthy body, that's what I work on, and healthy.
absolutely. And so what we'll do in the comments below is we will put your information. If anybody watching this would like to reach out to you to find out more about what you do, your information will be there too. You know, so because it's all about finding people to help you in your different aspects of life. So I love partnering up with people who are experts in their field, and Betty certainly is one of those.
That's right. Like I said, hope to see you guys on next. Well, I won't see you on there, but I hope you can try it this month, because again, I make time for it. I actually have it locked in my calendar, because again, if I don't put things on my calendar, they don't happen. So I
Me
work around
too.
that. It's on my calendar every month. So
That's wonderful to hear. Betty, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And over and out, I guess.
okay, thank you. All right, thanks, Shauna. Bye bye now.
Bye bye now.